What is up, everyone? Episode 30. Zach, our big milestone.
Almost
30
as
is a
old as
big
me.
number.
Yeah, almost as old as my ancient self here. As we've made it so far, and we really have, both in the game, in the podcast, in our predictions. At least one.
Here we go.
One of our predictions.
Here we go, guys, and it's already starting. All right, Zach, let's just talk about it. Let's just do it.
All right.
Zach was right.
Sanrio, yeah, it was such a moment. It was such a great moment. I mean, they look amazing, phenomenal in the game. Like the realization in New Horizons, they look incredible. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I took some very sweet, sweet satisfaction.
As you should. They're saying I'm super loud and you're soft.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, let me fix that. We should be better now.
Okay. So I want to hone in on this because I feel like, to Zach's credit, Zach was like one of the only people to say, day one, dude didn't even flinch. He's like, yeah, they're coming. Here's all the, you started making a video. You're like, here's all the items. Oh, this one's cute. I'll swipe in this one. What was the moment that you knew? Like, there had to be 100% moment that you knew, or were you just
For me, it's the fact that they put the New Horizons on the pack. Like, it's the fact that they labeled them that way, just because I thought there's no, like, if they were going to say they re-released them and it was the same packaging, but the fact that they had to reprint the packaging, I know that's something so soft, but, you know, you want to talk about business, they're not reprinting that packaging unless they are going to have them do something different and be unique. So I as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, we're good. And then to double check, because they were released in other regions, when the Japanese pack also changed, like, that was, again, a sign that this is a different iteration of them. It's not just, hey, the already existing cards.
Is that not when I'm taking a sip, Zach? Jeez. Yeah, I was very mixed. Although I will say this, because of the Sanrio getting announced, I kind of know where Nintendo's headed. And I would almost guarantee, I know we love these predictions. Zach splices up these little trailers. They're so cute. I would say that Zelda characters and items are 100%.
Yeah, I think the Splatoon villagers, the Zelda villagers, like, that has to be part and parcel. I mean, for me, the exciting part is, do they ever expand beyond what they had before? Like, is there a moment where it's like, okay, we've done Sanrio, we've done Legend of Zelda, we've done Splatoon, but, you know, we want to do something bold, something new, maybe Pokemon or something. That would be super exciting. But yeah, I think, to me, this also is like another just like feather in the cap of the Brewster hype squad, because if the Sanrio villagers are there, how are they going to leave Brewster out? That would be so sad.
Okay. And I just want to, for the record, okay, Zach has Sanrio, I have Warp Pipes, so the score is 1-1.
Yes,
all right?
It is.
So we got to go out. But yeah, I do think the Zelda stuff is coming, and I think that's really what they're going to do. Everything that you know about New Leaf and that you're like, where is that in New Horizons? I think it will come. Like, yeah. I just think it will come. So do some research, guys, before it gets announced, because Amiibos are hard enough to get a hold of. So I think it's the Splatoon Amiibos and then the Zelda Amiibos. You'll be set with that. And I think those are kind of like the Ganon one might be a little bit hard. So
I wish they would release little figures of the Sanrio characters. They're not, but that would be really fun and much more expensive. Like, you know, you're talking like $100 instead of $7.
Yeah. I will not be getting them immediately. I'll be getting the US because I have the Japanese ones, and I'm assuming before the show you're like, imagine if they don't work, and I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that at all.
I mean, they're the update where they are activating is the 18th. The cards are hitting the 26th, so Nintendo would have to know that hardcore fans would be like, okay, I'm just going to go on Etsy and get the token, you know, or whatever those things are called, where they like make the Amiibo coins. This is where I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have...
They said the update would be the 18th, and then the cards, they just said the 26th. So I don't know if they care enough to... Maybe that'll be the little reward to the people who got them. And I don't think many people have them anyway.
Do you think there's any chance that the 18th is also just a like generic update day, and that's why it's hitting on that specific day?
Oh, I don't think we're done. I think March hasn't... There's another good chance... Man, Zach is.
Can we run the video? Can I run the video right now? Can we pause?
Yeah, just play it.
They try to play us. They play themselves. This the intro.
What is your take on Sanrio? Do you think we're getting the characters or just the posters?
I think we're just gonna get the posters.
No.
So I think all of this is Sanrio posters. They're super cute.
How does it feel to get rejected and let down every month?
I'm on team poster though. I don't really see that. That's a big add in villagers, add in maybe items. Like that's a pretty big.
So February was Pave, right? March is going to be this like Mario stuff.
And guys, I am 99.9% about this. So much so that I'll say, if the Sanrio villagers do not come to the game, if the cards are a complete sham, I will delete my save file. I will quit Animal Crossing if these don't have anything besides the poster. Pat, I've told you, if it's just posters, I'll be deleting my game save. So I'll just
Let
start
them delete it. I want to see it. Delete it or it didn't happen, man.
And I said, no, these cards won't suck, but I still see that being said and spread around, and I gotta tell you why that's not the case. Patrick Star, there's no way that they... Okay, they didn't say we're releasing them like leftovers. They said they're making them, for the US for the first time, and you're telling me that they're gonna be dead on arrival. We're gonna get those Sanrio villagers. I'm gonna harp on it every time we have a show. I really... If they don't, like I said, I'm done with the game.
Baby, you smart. You very smart. Matter of fact, you a genius.
Guys and girls, they tried to tell me I was wrong. They tried to tell me that the Sanrio villagers wouldn't be in the game. I told you guys, trust me. Patrick, I had to do it to you. I'm not normally like this, but this one was so good because literally no one else believed in it. Like it was everybody saying no chance. And
Yep.
I don't know. It felt nice. So thank you for allowing me to air that on today's episode.
Now go, man. Take your lap. Take your lap. I did ask the community, okay? How long did that take, by the way? The people want to know.
45 minutes to an hour.
Worth it.
I do YouTube editing for a living, so it goes quick.
So I asked the community here, and we have a good amount. There's over 6,000 people that voted in this one.
Nice.
Will you be buying the Sanrio Animal Crossing Amiibo cards after seeing the update trailer? 67% say yes, 30% say no, and 4% say they already own them. So that's a pretty good number. And I guess you would say that this is the first paid DLC for this game. So that's
interesting way of thinking of it. Yeah. So that's interesting. That's about 240 people that already have the cards in some capacity. But yeah, I'm surprised it's not like 80 or 90%. Like I know it's an added cost, but $7 for like some of the coolest, cutest villagers and exclusive items.
Yeah.
I voted yes.
Yeah. I mean, I have them, but the items are cool. I will say that it is a little bit niche. It is, they're not going to match a lot of aesthetics, but I think just for some newness alone, I think it's worth it. You'll get some new villagers and things like that. How difficult do you think these are to get? If someone is not pre-ordering them and they're hoping to walk into Target, get your Starbucks, go to the,
That's a good question. You'd think Nintendo would want to just sell these to make cash. Like the fact that they've reprinted them, the fact that they're signing the deal with Target. I can't imagine them signing the deal with Target so they can sell a couple hundred units. You know what I mean? I don't think this is going to be like a PS5. I think they're going to be pretty plentiful. It's a very easy item to make. It's not like the Animal Crossing Switch was quite limited, but that's a $300 piece of hardware. This is like paper. So I hope that they're easy. I can't imagine you need to camp out or anything, especially if there's not a pre-order. I feel like you'll just be able to walk in. The question is, do they do a restock? That I don't know.
Yeah. I think immediately it's going to be very hard to get.
Do you?
I mean, you might. I think if you want them 100%, definitely do some pre-orders. And they are available outside of the US too. I know that Canada is doing through Best Buy. Like it's not even Target. It's, other places have. So like look up pre-orders. But I think if you're just walking into Target or wherever, I don't necessarily think you're going to find them. I didn't even see the regular Amiibo cards in Best Buy and Target and stuff. So
yeah, you got yours offline, right?
Yeah. So
I hope
don't know.
I hope they're easily available. I mean, we assume that all the items and the characters are going to be transferable, right? So even if you don't have the cards, you still potentially could acquire the villagers in another way. Pricing wise, like if you're going to view it from DLC, it's basically $1 a villager, which I think 99 cents for like a specialized villager with their own unique items and, you know, decorations. I think that's, I mean, you're doing pretty great for 99 cents.
my one problem with this, and I don't see them ever doing that, but they will never offer this in a digital pack, and I think that's a missed opportunity right there. Because like
Yeah.
the people that can't go out and get them, like I just think of like the kids in this situation. This is geared towards kids.
Right.
Like it's Hello Kitty, but like the hardcore players are gonna scoop them up, which always sucks. But that's
Yeah, so you're saying if they had an option where you could just pay the $6.99 to acquire them
oh yeah,
digitally,
100%.
Yeah,
People,
that would be a nice
I think
option.
more people would buy them as just kind of like, yeah, it's a little add-on. I'll get some items, and I definitely think so. But
How do you think they're going to appear? Do you think they're going to be campsite? Do you think they're going to pull up on a boat? Because they RV'd in New Leaf.
yep.
Do you think it's
I
just going to
think
be like an
they're gonna-
amiibo?
Yeah, I think they're gonna act like regular amiibos where you have to swipe them in 3 times. But I think on the first swipe, you're gonna unlock everything in the promotional tab, and then from there, you'll be able to. JP, thank you so much. Asks, I see cards on Etsy that appear to be the actual cards. How is this possible? Is it just posters now and be characters items on release day? Yeah. So I believe you can get them on Etsy. I'm not going to endorse anything because it's technically against, terms of service. But yeah, essentially people like take the NFC technology and make their own cards. You can find them all on Etsy. I may or may not have a few, and they do work. So yeah.
So they are the actual thing, but they're not the actual thing, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. And kind of like the posters where you swipe them in and then immediately they'll probably be in the promotion tab, or who knows, they might make another tab. So
a DLC tab and really just get this train going. It could be,
now,
be a brave new frontier. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this will be the similar way that they release the Zelda stuff. Like I think we're going to have a 35th anniversary. They might just show it in the trailer, because I think it's going to be really just showing off the characters and things like that, which has me excited, man. Epona's a great villager, and Ganon, like they're cool. They're cool. So
they're very neat. I mean, I'll take more in March. Mario is going to be out the door, in a couple days. So March 18th is right before that anniversary. So now I am like fingers crossed and all aboard the anniversary update hype train, which I think we knew was going to be something like, right. They had to acknowledge it in some capacity before the year rolls over. So I think this 18th thing just kind of confirms that we're probably getting some trailer to kind of hype it up before then.
Yeah. And I think like Nintendo, say what you want about Nintendo, but I think their timing is really good. Like, in terms of like all their products and stuff. And maybe I don't think they're holding off the Zelda for the Animal Crossing stuff, but their timing is, spot on. And like a lot of people gave them flack for not, acknowledging the anniversary of Zelda, but I think they'll do it. And probably see Breath of the Wild too. They probably want to get stuff to show, they want to get some good stuff. But what do you think is coming in the anniversary?
It's got to be Brewster. What else is there at this point? Man, they've delivered so much. I mean, I would hope that they, like, in my ideal world, they give us some sort of inclination of what the holidays are, if they're going to evolve. That would be like really great to see, like, oh, a new item, a new colorway. But at the very least, like, to me, this game is going to continue to evolve. They're going to continue to add NPCs, continue to add mechanics, continue to add little villagers. Just because the holidays roll over, even if those are unchanged, there's no reason that they don't stop adding elsewhere. And so I think this is the Brewster time. Like, I don't think anything else fits appropriately. I know you've mentioned Blanca for April Fool's Day, which is plausible. If we're to say that the update is going to be the 18th, that's after Shamrock Day, St. Patrick's Day. So it's either rehyping Bunny Day or it's delivering like an NPC or a mechanic to kind of usher in the next year of AC.
Yeah. So as long as one of us is right, then the show still stays,
Hey, yeah, right.
credible still.
So just say something totally different.
Yeah, but no, I wanted to add too, because like I love the fact that this came true, and you were 100% correct, because it takes a lot of guts to call something, be 100% about something, and it happens. Like, I just imagine if it didn't happen that way. Like, it's so
well, my
risky.
my save would have been deleted. Yeah, it would have been a rough moment.
You were 100% doing that. No,
I mean, like, look, dude, pull back the curtain. That's a great video. I'm deleting Animal Crossing.
That is some clicks on there. You got to put emotional too, so it gets the clicks.
Yeah, drama.
Yep. But no, there's a lot of leakers that have been not canceled, but like people don't listen to them anymore because they spew out stuff and it doesn't.
To be very clear, I had no inside information. I just connected the dots and it just seemed to make sense to me. And I just felt like, given that the posters were already accessible in the game, like that was another cue to me. Like, if the posters had not been in the game, maybe I would have felt less sure. But the fact that the posters were already accessible and they're going to hype up selling you something that's already in the game, like that just, you know what I mean? Like it just felt so unfair. It just felt so ick. But I'm glad that there's no ick, unless you're trying to get Rilla, then there's a little ick.
Oh God, yeah. Rilla is on the same bus as Truffles, honestly. I think it's that bad.
That is a very bold statement.
What's your thoughts on like what we get? Because we talked about like, the outfits and the items and stuff. Like, do you generally think, I mean, it's essentially an HD version of, the New Leaf stuff, but what do you think how they did it?
I think it looks fantastic. I think some of those items are super great. I saw I spying the little Kirokrapi frog item. A lot of people about that, since there's no froggy chair in this game. But I think I like that they feel very themed. I mean, obviously there are theme sets in the game, but they don't blend in with other things. Now, I'm sure a lot of people will be like, ew, gross, they don't blend in well with other things. But I like that they feel so distinct, that like, hey, there's these really unique items, and when you pick up, I'm trying to practice, Etoile, is that how you say it? Is that her name?
I say, okay, wait, say it again?
I used to say Atoli or something, but then I was like, okay, that's completely incorrect. She's Star and French or whatever. Etoile?
Okay. And I'm saying Etoile. So who's right?
Well,
who's right?
You sound a little south of the border there. Give me a little Hispanic vibes. Either way, it's just nice that they, I think, bring in like a new set.
Yeah.
Etoile is what it apparently is. We're both kind of off.
Etoile. I don't know.
All right.
She's the best one though.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I like the items. They're definitely out there. The frog stuff is elite. Like, it's, there's some good stuff. I'm excited for people to use them in different ways. I didn't really see like that one item that's going to be like a game changer in the design world, but there is like that bench in the frog house, but I don't know what I'm doing, Ashley. I'm sorry.
What is that little frog thing outside? It's almost like a little like lantern stone.
It looks like a lantern with frog eyes. Yeah. It's amazing.
I love that they're kind of trying to elevate the Zen garden theme that has been, canceled out of existence for almost a year now, but they're bringing it back, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I think Zen's canceled. Bamboo is coming back in a big way in the jungle world, but
Frog Boo?
Yeah, Frog Boo, yeah.
Frog Core?
So I'll be getting them. The anniversary stuff, I'm on the fence. I still think like we could get another update because I guess they would have to fit it in now because so much is happening in the game in April. April, with the whole Bunny Day thing. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. And then, we actually talked last episode and I was like, Zach, what if they move away from the event side of things and just do item drops? So we got an item drop. How do you feel about this? Do you need an event? Like, did you need a Sanrio event? That would have been cute, but like, you got a lot of items. So
yeah, I mean, an event would have been cool, but like at the end of the day, this podcast has said time and time again that we are, at least I am, okay, Zach has said that I'm a bigger fan of the mechanic and addition type updates versus just the highlighting the holiday updates, because repeatedly we're a little bummed by the holidays. I mean, there's some that have been fun, but they're always about 30 minutes, sometimes a little bit less. They have some cool items, but it's such a short chunk of gameplay that the ones where they actually add mechanics I think, are top tier. And then new villagers, like in a way that's adding new time. I'm going to have 6 new faces on my island. And that's pretty nifty.
Yeah. You kind of hinted at this before, but I do want to talk about last episode. Okay.
Oh, okay. Surprise to me.
I felt like I was at a family table and mom and dad were making me eat green beans. I don't know what it was, but no, I wanted to bring that up because I think, and no shade to Abdallah, by the way. I think he was a fantastic guest, and I'm honored that he was on this show because he's a big personality in the Nintendo world. But I will say that he was one of the first guests to come on and give us like a real business perspective, but like not only business perspective, but kind of in this, like he's an old school guy, like, so he's seen the way that Nintendo, has run things and things like that. But I will say that he was coming from it as a kind of old Nintendo sort of thing. Like, and we were not trying to convince him, but we were kind of arguing, well, not a healthy argue. God, I need some better words, but like, we were just kind of going back and forth. Like, we don't think that'll happen, especially with Animal Crossing and the product that it is and the amount of like people, the install base. Do you want to elaborate on your side? Like the faith of, I don't know, the faith that you have with, it's a new Nintendo.
Look, I've been a Nintendo fan since I was 4 years old. I interviewed Shigeru Miyamoto. I've been to the last 8 E3s and visited Nintendo's booth every time. I've sat in demos and flown to play their games before they come out. I feel like I have a very good grasp on Nintendo, and I think something that's important for everyone to understand is for every step backwards that Nintendo takes, they're also moving forward. It's at a very slow pace, but look today, a brand new open world Pokemon game. That's something I never thought we'd get. And for everyone that wants to say, Chibi Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl look terrible, it looks like a mobile game. Game Freak and the Pokemon Company just dropped a massive open world trailer for something totally new. And we've seen Nintendo evolve. Look, the Switch is their best-selling, well, it will be their best-selling system. They took Zelda in a new direction. They took Mario in a new direction. They tried to even take Animal Crossing. Was it a huge step? No, it was a small step. But Nintendo makes moves, and they're making more moves than they have made before. So I just felt like, it's a conversation, discussion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But when you're so staunch on one direction, kind of ignoring what's actually been happening around you, like, Nintendo does do what Nintendo does, and that's kind of like the MO. But there are flourishes. And I think a region-free console, all these crafty colors for the different accessories, the Pro Controller. There are elements where Nintendo has stepped up. Nintendo Switch Online. They're looking to come back in April. They're looking to have a big update to Nintendo Switch Online. And I think Animal Crossing, while it is a very tried and true franchise and it has a lot of loyal fans, New Horizons is called New Horizons for a reason. And I think that they are embracing the online element, and I think that they are going to continue to maybe not wow us, but at least impress us a bit with how they evolve things. So it was a different vibe for the show. You and I are just such buds, we're just hanging out, having a good time, and so I don't think we were that that felt like the Situation Room, and I just it was, like you said, one of the most interesting episodes I've ever been a part of any video.
Yeah, I agree with that. Real quick before my little take on there, JP says, my nephew said New Leaf is better than New Horizons. Do you agree? What would be ideal additions or changes? I mean, Animal Crossing is one of those franchises that I think is, to your taste. I like New Horizons better. I will say that New Leaf has been out I don't know, 10 years. I don't even know. I put 200 hours into it. I'm at 1,000 in New Horizons.
Yeah.
But New Leaf does have, I think, a bit more personality. I will say that. But yeah, as far as that, I think we're dealing with new Nintendo, and there's definitely a group of people that don't like new Nintendo because they put out games purposefully that are lacking, just to get the game out there with promised extra content. And if I think personally, I think the GameCube was the peak of my Nintendo experience, and they would release games fully done, like Animal Crossing on the GameCube was fully done. Like there was no such thing as updates. So, the new way of doing things, especially in, modern gaming, is how can we make this game last longer? And I feel like Nintendo values this IP, even when Animal Crossing was low, okay, when it wasn't selling anything. And it's really funny, by the way, because we're talking about Animal Crossing amiibos selling out, whereas like I remember going to Toys R Us and it was like, please buy these. It was like 4 for $1 or like 4 for $5. But yeah,
Man, it
even
was
when
at a low point. Yeah. Gosh.
it was bad. So, in Animal Crossing, even when it was at its lowest, it was still included in games like Nintendo Land and things like that. So they've been wanting this for years. They've been wanting Animal Crossing to finally break through, and it does in a big way. And like, I think the main debate last episode was like, no, they're done. They're done with updates. Like that's it. And we're like, no.
And they haven't. They've even said like that's not the case. Like Doug Bowser and look, you and I are happy, fun guys, and we're easygoing guys. But we do our research. We know our stuff. I mean, I've been on YouTube for almost 11 years. I play every game on every system, and I think there is merit behind saying that there's going to be more updates. And hey, maybe they disappoint us, but as of right now, I'm feeling good. Sanrio's coming. Another update seems to be coming, and I think it's important to point out that it's not like ooh, right or wrong. Like obviously I'm having fun with this little victory lap with that, but at the end of the day, it's different opinions, and that's okay. But it was a tense dinner table. It felt like for a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, going back to the new Nintendo way of doing things, there's probably some people out there that are saying, "Oh, you're finally adding Sanrio characters." Like I've had them in New Leaf forever, so it's like I'm still waiting for the newness in New Horizons. But like, as long as they keep like drip feeding this stuff, like we were talking about the Zelda stuff, maybe an anniversary update, a summer update, it's enough for me. I actually like the new way of gaming because I feel like I play a game completely and I don't come back to it oftentimes. But if they keep updating it, I'm more likely to come back. And we always have this discussion of what if New Horizons launched fully complete? Would you still be playing? And I don't think a lot of us would, but.
And I think it's very specific, like you said, like new Nintendo, like specific of how they're handling a game like this. Because, believe you me, the next Mario game, Mario Odyssey 2, it's not going to come with, 2 levels and then they slowly drip feed them. It's trying to take their most elongated game series and bridge the gap between what Animal Crossing was and what Animal Crossing can be in a world where other games have monthly updates, weekly updates, all sorts of, new things being added. And new Nintendo, while doing things the ACNH way, is also very forward thinking. I wouldn't be surprised if the next Animal Crossing is incredibly progressive. I mean we've seen that. Like look at Gen 8 Pokemon Sword and Shield, very, very entrenched in what it was. We've talked in the show about how Pokemon is always the same, and then boom, they blow it up. Zelda was the exact same formula time and time again, and then boom, Breath of the Wild, and a lot of success. There's an opportunity for Nintendo to deliver something totally different with Animal Crossing. I think you just have to have the open mind, the possibility that, like, yes, this is a Japanese company. Yes, this is an old school company. But hey, in the gaming industry right now, they are handling COVID the best. There are reports that say they are only 1 to 2 months behind on development, whereas other studios are 6 to 12 months. So, like, give them a little credit. Man, they've been making your favorite game since you were 5 years old. So show them a little love.
Yeah. And I mean, someone was saying, well, they have terraforming. That's a brand new. Like, I'm talking about post-launch.
Yeah.
What if they added that is new? Like, completely, this is New Horizons, 100%. I mean, they've tweaked the events a little bit. They've added new items. But, like, I want something wacky. Like, we talked about, like, going into caves and getting resources. Just to make this game stand out a bit. And I feel like crafting has been an opportunity to add. But, like, this is year 2. We're still getting, some updates, and people are still interested. We have a bunch of people watching us tonight, so like obviously we're still hardcore about this game. And they say hairstyles and stuff. Yeah,
they say 2 to 3 years of updates. So we're done with holidays for the most part. So there has to be more. I would think that there's going to be some brand new content. I mean, they handled this game in just such a unique fashion. It feels almost unlike anything else, where the framework was new, like, oh, we have Dodo Airlines, we have Daisy May, we have, all these things terraforming, and then they like packed it in with old. And that's just like a very weird way of development, I guess, as opposed to starting with a core and then expanding out. But I hope that they are able to find ways to continue to distinguish AC, because my favorite parts of New Horizons are the Dodo brothers, right? Elements like that, like you mentioned,
Flake,
the terraform.
TJ,
Yeah, those things are fantastic. So it would be great to see them build upon that And as long as the game keeps selling, and if they're going to start experimenting with things like these amiibo cards, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Yeah. Now, do you? This is like out of the box. I'm almost confirming Zelda. Like, come on, that has to happen.
When? What time frame do you think?
I think they're gonna announce it. Might be like September.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll announce it and then they'll give us some time. Do you think they go in the route of like, because you're training a new, wave of players, like
Sure.
Go to Target, buy your Sanrio cards. Do you think they change the formula up and here's some Zelda amiibo cards? Like they've never, they've never done that. So.
I mean, that would be fantastic. I think it'd be super smart. I mean, we talk about old Nintendo. They're always unpredictable. They come and bring motion control. They come and bring a buildable VR set in Labo. They do all sorts of weird stuff. But digital downloads are the way of the future. In fact, they're the way of the present. So you'd think Nintendo would just embrace that and start offering, like you said, these packs or these editions. I think right now, and we'll see if it changes, right now, I don't think they want you to view the Amiibo cards as DLC. I don't think they want you to view Animal Crossing as having a paid extra bit. I think they want you to view it as, yeah.
They show the trailer, and then at the end, they say packs available. They don't say
But I don't think I just think mentality-wise, they want Animal Crossing to seem like this beautiful, pure, fluffy world that you enter for $60 and you get all these updates. Because they talk about free updates, and by keeping the cards their own thing, I mean, they could have included that in it. I don't know. I feel like they've intentionally separated it because they want you to view it as like, oh, these are just some cards. Like DLC has not yet entered the AC world, and that's either because they never wanted to or because they have some wild plan that we're not ready for.
Yeah. Okay. Days says, I feel like New Horizons took a few tips from Pokemon Let's Go Eevee/Pikachu, a redesign of existing material to create a wider player base. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, I think that's why terraforming and crafting was added, because a lot of those games are now more popular. Like, and it's a console game, so now you're competing with things like Minecraft and Harvest Moon and things like that. But I think they did it well. But crafting, for me at least, is still, it's a little rocky. It's a good first attempt, but like, the whole multiple thing and things like that. The thing that gets me excited, and I'm still on board with, I mean, even that little spiel you just said, like, I still think they're going to have a paid DLC in a big way. I think it's going to be a $20 thing.
That'd be awesome.
So judging by what they did with 6 characters, a bunch of items, outfits, villagers for $6.99, what could they do with $20? That's a lot. That gets me excited, at least. So I think it will happen.
I hope. I think it'd be fun. Everything seems like, a Cap'n Island or like a multiplayer island. The only thing that has always been a pause for me on that issue is you really don't want to split your user base over multiplayer. Like maybe single player, or maybe like some like extra missions or extra items, but to split your base over, like, how does that work? All of a sudden your friend is on Captain's Island, you can't visit them. All of a sudden your friend, you can't get on the boat with them. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm curious how they do things. I feel at this point, I'll go on the record and say that if they do add a paid DLC, I don't think it'll be multiplayer. I think it'll be single player in some weird way, but I have no idea I don't know what they could add value wise, like you said, that like if villagers are that, what can they add to your happy little island that's worth $20? Because items are free, villagers are 99 cents.
And technically, if you got the Sanrio villager and it went in boxes, I could go to you. There's not going to be a barrier for me to go into their house. So,
right.
I mean, I think it would have to be. That's why I keep saying I think it's going to be island based. So, you have to buy it to unlock the option to fly to so and so island or something. I think that's the only way they can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if they come out swinging with a $20 update, because I don't know about you, but I think. And I know they've said like 2 or 3 years, but I think this year is going to be the swan song for Animal Crossing. I don't want to be negative, but it makes sense. Like all the big hitting here, maybe they'll get like the Splatoon update when Splatoon comes out to kind of cross that. But I think this year is going to be the majority of what we're going to see for this game. And then after this year, business as usual. I think.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, you have that whole year is still ahead of you. We haven't even crossed over into that year, so you still have a full year. And if there is an upgraded Switch hardware in the late fall or the early spring of 2022, I could see them continuing to add some interesting update just to kind of re-up Animal Crossing again for like now it's in 4K and now you can do this and now it's so much better. But you got a full year. So I agree with you that, yeah, it'll probably trickle off after that, but like we're talking March 2022. So no need to panic.
And the only reason, well, one of the reasons why I say that is because you have to realize that Nintendo is an all-in-one console now. So they don't have a handheld home console market. And Animal Crossing for years has been a giant seller for 3DS, DS, and things like that. So with the player base, with the interest in this franchise, there has to be a game coming out sooner than later. I'm not saying anytime soon, but like there was 7 years between New Leaf and this game. Yeah. I doubt that'll be the wait again, just because they finally struck gold with this. Like you have a new player base, a new generation, and that's.
I'd imagine they do bring out a spin-off game or something of that sort, just to bridge the gap. I mean, they're talking the Switch is going to be around for 7, 8, 9 years. We're in year like 4.5, so. Yeah, I mean, Animal Crossing will continue to sell, but maybe they'll tap the well a little bit earlier this time.
Happy home designer, Jake just said. I mean, whether or not that's going to be a DLC, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting if they don't do a DLC, because one thing I do agree with Abdallah, well, one of the, not the only thing, okay? One of the things that I agreed with him is that it does take a lot of time for them to essentially get nothing. Like, imagine all the hours of programming and developing these updates for what? People play again? That doesn't benefit them. I don't think
for mindshare though, for love, look, yeah. The longer that you keep AC in your Switch, the longer you're on your Switch, the more likely you are to buy Splatoon 3, to buy Pokemon Legends, to buy any of these new games. So yes, they're not directly profiting, but they are keeping they're beating the drum and they're keeping it in the conversation, because Pat, as soon as you stop talking about AC, the person that doesn't yet have a Switch, they're not going to be as interested. But as long as you keep talking about AC, as long as I keep talking about AC, as long as they're adding things, then when you get a Switch, you're like, oh, Animal Crossing is still a thing. My friend Pat is still playing it. Like, there's still intrigue there. So I think they're not earning dollars, but they're earning investment. And as you know, sometimes investing is more important than income. So
yeah, I agree with you, and I don't at the same time, because I just don't see them laying on this game and just being like, this is fine, this is great, we're maybe we're selling a few million more, but like they want to take advantage of this. Businessman Pat wants a DLC or another announcement.
I hope.
Yeah,
I hope.
But I do agree. I think you need to capitalize some way on the people that, like, can we just get some hands or whatever of the people who bought a Switch for Animal Crossing, or that's the only game you play. So yeah, I do agree with that they need to capitalize on the people that just play Animal Crossing, or the very casual gamers. But man, I think Animal Crossing is the way you do it. You give us more. I want to spend money, Zach.
You also have to remember, like, in this sphere, a lot of people are only into Animal Crossing, but for Nintendo, they're putting out like 10 to 15 first-party games a year. So they have so many pools that they're pulling from. So even if AC, like, that Pokemon Legends game is going to be a money maker, and Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be raking in the cash. So even if AC slows down on that front, slows down in the sale, like, they're ready for another double-digit million seller. You know what I mean? Like, they've got it coming. Mario Kart 9 is going to be insane when that drops. And that'll be, to me, that's the next Animal Crossing. And so they're not, this isn't their only game is what I'm trying to say, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think if I think of games that are system sellers, I think of Animal Crossing and I think of Pokemon. I don't think Zelda is necessarily a system seller.
Be careful.
I don't think so.
Breath of the Wild?
Well, listen,
I think Breath of the Wild is the system seller.
What games were out at launch, though?
I think Breath of the Wild is the biggest system seller of this console. I think Breath of the Wild's 1, and I think AC is 2.
I think Pokemon and Animal Crossing were the two franchises that people were holding on to on the 3DS. I think, don't get me wrong, Zelda's a great game, but when you talk about system sellers, you're not talking about the people that are buying a Switch anyway. So, for example, if Zelda never came out, would you have bought a Switch?
Yes,
100%.
But that's unfair to say because there's 1,000 other games. Like that's like saying, well, if The Last of Us didn't exist, even though it's my favorite game on PS4, would you have bought a PS4? I mean, I get what you're saying. System seller to me, you're saying system seller is you would not have bought this system for if not for this game, which
I mean, every game they put out is essentially a system seller in a way.
That's just not the traditional usage. Like the traditional system seller is like big, bold game that like gets people super hyped. It's a little bit misleading in how it's discussed, but I get what you're saying. From what you're saying, yes, there's probably...
Do you think Breath of the Wild or Animal Crossing had more of an influence? Well, it's a launch game. That's a bad question because
I think a lot of people got Switches newly for Animal Crossing. So maybe people that would have never bought a Switch, Animal Crossing is more of a system seller to those people. But in terms of like, if you're going to ask just a wide swath of people, I think Breath of the Wild is much more regarded as the system seller, something that defines the Switch, something that validates the Switch, and something that made many people interested and excited of here. Nintendo thinks that it's the system seller because they released it with the system.
Yeah. I mean that was the only thing. I mean, I didn't buy a Switch for Super Bomberman R.
No, not Snipper Clips, man.
Oh my god, I did not like Snipper Clips.
No.
I know you love it.
Yeah,
I know you love it. Yeah, I don't know, but I just think that the newest, because like you look at the Wii U, people that had the Wii U bought the Switch with Zelda and stuff, but like the new players, the people that keep Nintendo going another 100+ years, you gotta cater to them, man. And I'm really surprised that we haven't got a we got the main Switch. I'm really surprised we haven't got like a Switch Lite bundle or more Animal Crossing bundles or
Pro
more
Controller
Pokemon bundles.
Yeah.
I mean, that could lead to like Switch Pro, but like it's really surprising. A Switch Lite bundle.
I'm surprised they didn't spin off the Joy-Con into like a separate pack so that you could just grab the Joy-Con. You know, that's still $80 or whatever in their pocket.
Yeah.
But they're always weird like that. Like they don't do collector's editions for anything. You know, there's no Breath of the Wild specific stuff, and that's, you know, a lot of people's favorite game. They did nothing for Mario Kart. Dude, if you want to make money, you put out Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, and they never did it. Nintendo just like... It's easy to box them in, but at the same time, I think they relish being just spontaneous creatives. Like, they're just going to do what you don't expect them to do. And that's a dark road, but it's also a really exciting one.
Yeah. I want Tom Nook on a Switch Lite. I'll probably never get a Switch Lite because it doesn't go on the TV, but
yeah,
I might entertain
I want
one.
Tom Nook in Mario Kart.
That'd be amazing. Or Brewster, that mysterious...
So good.
Zach, predict some lottery numbers for these people because you're like the shaman right now, you know.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
There we go.
Okay.
Powerball 32. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't play Powerball. Anyway.
I've never bought a lottery ticket, ever. I bought scratch-offs, but never like a... Give me 600 million, please.
If you just predicted the Powerball, like, leave this podcast. Go to, like, Vegas or something. I don't know. Guys, we are taking questions right now. If you want to shoot them in the chat. We also have a NookTalk question feed in Discord. All right, let's go. Okay, let's see.
Okay, you're really bringing all the vibes. Étoile. Maybe you're going Italian. Are you making some pizza later? Homemade pizza?
You know what? You know what it is? I had some really good pizza the other day, and I haven't had good pizza in a long time.
Okay.
So maybe I'm just a little bit of Italian's coming out.
Gotcha. Interesting. All right.
I am part Italian though. What are you, Zach? What is a Zach made up of?
Not of this planet. No. My grandparents on my mom's side were like, well, I guess my very long ago. I'm very just white boy, but Yugoslavian and Polish would be like the most recent relations. Yeah.
I feel like I talk more with my hands than
Me
I
too,
dippity boopity. Yeah.
But I'm not Italian at all. And I definitely I'm lactose intolerant, so me and pizza aren't, best buds.
Oh no.
It's getting worse as I get older too.
No ice cream? No yogurt?
Greek yogurt.
Man, I weep for you. Okay, Wendy Weeb says, how will all of the February/March updates change your gameplay?
I mean, the warp pipes are a game changer. Do you want to talk about them for a little bit? Or do you want to?
Yeah.
They're very cool. It's the first item that has a real gameplay significance since we got the tools.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think that is gonna, I think people are going to be very creative with how they use them. And I think, you know, they don't change the way you play per se, but I think in terms of island tours, designing, and storytelling, right? Like a lot of people like to have these islands that have, you know, oh, come to my check-in area and then go to the hotel, or come to my, it's the front of the boat and then you go through the different cabins. Like, I think you're going to be able to do a lot of interesting things, like, oh, a path that leads this pipe and then you pop out on a different side of the island. So I think the warp pipes are going to change the game quite a bit.
Yeah, I would say that the warp pipes are probably the biggest item that they've ever added. Like, it's amazing. It's so good. If you guys are wondering, well, at the time of this recording, they aren't out yet, but warp pipes do have a load time, I found out, from outside to inside only. Okay, if you're doing outside to outside, there's no loading screen. It's like a little black. Your screen turns to black, and yeah. But Zach actually made, after this podcast, go over to Switch Force. Zach shows you all the tricks. What a guy! What a guy! Okay. Days in the chat says, do you think New Horizons was catering more for diehard GameCube fans, or looking to bring in a new audience or generation? Zach, do you think they were going more hardcore?
I think they were going,
Yeah.
where the softcore beginner. I don't know.
Softcore Animal Crossing.
I think they were
Don't
absolutely
search
going
that.
for, look, Nintendo even made comments about how they wanted to expand the demographics, expand the audience. They wanted you to buy multiple Switches for your household, not just one. You know, the success of the Wii was due to them being able to expand across a wide age range. Old people playing Wii Bowling, young people playing, you know, Wii Golf, and middle-aged people doing Wii Fit. And that was something that I think the Switch was lacking maybe at the time a bit. Zelda Breath of the Wild, you got to be kind of a gamer for that. Mario Odyssey, pretty much a gamer. Smash Bros, decently hardcore community. So I think that Animal Crossing was like they'd already made headway, obviously. Nintendo's for everyone, but that was kind of their like, oh my gosh moment for like the mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely catered to newer players, because I think if it was hardcore, they would have had everything at launch. So
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
They unfortunately know that the expectations of the newbies are way lower than the expectations of like an entrenched, I own 60 cartridges Switch gamer.
Yeah. Plus the way they did it, if it was for hardcore, there would have been like, they probably would have done the city island with all the NPCs.
Yeah.
Because I think they kind of want to do like a slow drip of, you know, NPCs and things. All right, let's see.
Unicorn Kitty wants to know why we don't like Rilla. She got an update. They removed her big lips.
Listen, what's that called in the medical term? Like, it's the opposite of a lip injection.
Lip reduction.
That's not the problem, okay? She's got a lot of work to do. Just like Truffles, that's not a one appointment kind of thing. That's like years of reconstructive. No, Rilla, that's a no from me. Hannah says, thoughts on the new style Pokemon Legends?
Well, golly gee, I think it's phenomenal. I really think it's impressive. It's the leap that they've been unwilling to take for a very long time, and they finally took it. And I mean, people right now are like, "Oh, the frame rate looks bad. The areas are too open." Guys, the game's not out for over a year, and most likely it's going to be timed with a Switch Pro, so like the things it'll be polished. I just love that they did something different. 25 years it took them.
Yeah. I will say, man, Pokemon has never been about graphics, but some of that looks rough. That's rough, man.
The little chibi guys for the remake or for Legends?
No, the remake's great. I've never played Diamond and Pearl. I've told you this. So I'll be picking that up. But the open world Pokemon, I don't think I trust the Pokemon company making an open world game. I mean, every Pokemon game that I've played is fun. It's so fun, but like, they're not lookers, you know, they're fun games, but they've never been about graphics anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. That's like what every Pokemon fan has ever wanted.
Crouching in the grass and actually throwing the ball instead of getting a doodle screen and then having to chip away at the health. Like that's,
yeah.
I mean, it worked for Breath of the Wild, so
It's interesting. Alyssa says, anniversary update, yes or no?
yes.
I think we're both team yes, yeah. Which would be incredible, honestly, if you think about it. 3 updates. Well, The Sanrio is like bonus, so I still
Right.
think it's like Mario, and then it'll be the anniversary. I'm gonna say yes. I think it's a good opportunity for it. If they don't do it, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I'm hoping. Paulette says, "Will Sanrio Amiibo from Japan work to bring villagers after update in March?" Zach, don't scare me. Listen, I will delete my game. No, I'm kidding. I think they're gonna work just because the wording that Nintendo used about re-release of these. So essentially, they're gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
They look the same. They're
I think
And I'm
85%
kinda-
they work, but
80. Why is that so low?
I mean,
No,
they want to sell you those new cards.
I will scream because I only paid $7.
You got to take out a second mortgage to get those
Yeah.
cards.
Let's see. Hannah, thank you so much. Says, "Love you both. Does Zach want anything else as badly as Brewster?"
In life or in Animal Crossing?
I'm assuming Animal Crossing.
Okay, all right. Well, there's things I want in life more than Brewster, but in Animal Crossing, no. I mean, I think he's the holy grail. If you want to know like what's a close second or what comes after that, it's like anything new, any new NPC, like a new character. Like someone hits a trailer, the screen, and it's like, who the heck is that weirdo face? Like we don't know what that is. What is that weird, strange, centaur hybrid creature? Who is this NPC? Like that would be a massive moment for the franchise. So that's where all my attention will turn after Brewster. Like somebody new.
Yeah. I think for me, it's the Happy Home Academy because
You're big on that.
that's at least 20 hours of content. Oh no, maybe even more. I don't know how they would do that, but I liked Happy Home Designer. I just feel like the game wasn't fleshed out enough. It was lacking some personality, I think, but or just more to do. I feel like I did everything in a short amount of time. Let's see. Do you think Rossetti will be added? He's already been added. He's a statue. That's your
Groundhog
Rossetti
Day, man.
now. That's actually a good point. I don't know how big they'll go with returning NPCs. I don't really know if we're gonna get like a whole reunion tour with Animal Crossing. I don't know. I mean, it could happen, but
It's been a reunion tour so far.
yeah. Man, I'm all the people that are playing Bunny Day for the first time. I'm kind of jealous. That's like a brand new event for them. The Sakura event.
You got the maze, Rover's Maze coming up. Who said he'd be back and he just wasn't.
Okay. Celine the Werewolf says, "Do you think they'll ever add a new species? If they did, what would you want?" Do you think they're gonna go out and? I mean, they haven't really added anything new, really.
No, I think the Sanrio stuff kind of shows like what you were saying, that they'll probably just dip into the crossover characters before they would do like a brand new species.
Yeah.
But if they
Yeah, I
did,
think
what would you want?
Oof, I don't even know. Probably more on the reptile side of things. I think that's kind of lacking, and also maybe
Snakes.
some sea creatures. Ooh, snakes would be cool. Something like I like Flick. Team Flick. But yeah, species would be interesting. I think maybe pre-existing species because all the models are essentially the same.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are saying bats,
Bats is a good one.
giraffes. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan over in Discord says, "Can we talk about this rug for a second?" Do you know what rug I'm referring
The
to?
butt rug?
The butt rug. How do we feel about that? Little.
It's just a little cute, cuddly butt.
Is it bad that I want to put that corporalite fossil near it?
I mean,
A little poop fossil.
it's just silly.
I gotta be the first one to do it. Someone mail me that fossil, okay? I want to do it. I think it's cute. It's what is it? Marty?
Mhm.
Marty's rug.
Marty.
Yeah, check out the rug in Marty's set. Let's see. Ashley says, "Do we think guests can use the pipes, or is it only island residents?"
No, I
think
guess. Yeah, guess.
Yeah.
We've seen
Anyone
it.
can use it. Let's see. I think I know the answer. What's your opinion? The best Animal Crossing holiday? Consider how much there was to do and how many items were obtained. You're still going Bunny Day.
Bunny Day.
Wow. What's the second for you?
I liked Festival, but Oh, if
Really?
I have to consider the items, though. I mean, Toy Day, even though the actual event is kind of met, like, the items are pretty hard to beat. Like, that was a great set.
Yeah. I'm going Team Halloween. Team Halloween for me.
Surprise, surprise.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if we talk about the Zelda stuff, and we're gonna confirm that. We're gonna be the podcast to confirm it. All right. I'm hoping that they release some minor Zelda things, but then they have that warp pipe item that is a game changer. They like do something with it. I hope that's the
Master
formula
Sword.
they're
You can
gonna
cut down trees and.
That'd be amazing. It doesn't break. It like recharges. Like, I think we're gonna get Breath of the Wild costumes. I think that might be the newest thing
That'd be
in terms
fun.
of the other game.
You can ride the horse.
That's true. Jump on your villagers' backs.
Animal Crossing should have riding. There's got to be a heavy crossover between hardcore Animal Crossing players and girls with horse girl energy. There has to be a big crossover of those communities. So I'm sure they'd appreciate some equestrian inclusions in the next AC.
A big horse girl update.
Yeah.
Chris says, what other non-Nintendo crossovers would you like to see, even if it's super unlikely?
Nintendo crossover? The weird part is they have to be the species within the game. Right? So like we can't get like real
No,
wild.
what other crossover?
Yeah, but
like-
the villagers have to be the species in the game, like right? Like they can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Pokemon would be fantastic.
That's like perfect timing. Emmy asks if there was ever a Pokemon ACNH crossover, what would you want to see from it? Now, I am kind of sad about this Pokemon Direct, whatever you call it, because I feel like that would have been the time
No.
to introduce.
No.
No?
Because that's Pokemon Company, and so they're operating exclusively with what they develop. So Nintendo would be the ones 100% to.
They wouldn't want to They wouldn't want to be the ones to drop that.
I'm sure they would, but I don't think they'd be allowed. I think Nintendo would be like, "That's our game." In the same way that Pokemon's like, "These are our games. You can't put them in the Direct." Do you know that? Like, okay, I thought the Direct was great, the recent big Direct, but for all the people that didn't, if that Direct closed with Pokemon Legends, the whole tune would have been different. I'm sure. Nice bottle. I'm sure Nintendo would have loved to have Pokemon Legends in their Direct to be like their like one more thing.
Oh yeah, and the remakes and stuff. That's kind of weird that they kind of operate their own thing. It's weird. And that Direct today, by the way, can we just talk about the fact that there was a 10-minute video?
It was so sweet though.
Like, bro, I know what we've done in the past, okay? Show me some new stuff.
I don't even love Pokemon, and I was even getting, a little teary-eyed. It's so pure.
All right, I just think it was a little long-winded. A little bit.
It was. I was shocked that they didn't have any, like, Pokemon Unite, Unite. Like, they could have been a Direct. It was only Switch stuff, which was odd, but yeah.
It was 10 minutes, and they showed 2 games, Zachary. And they were pretty rough around the
They
edges,
showed
man.
3 games. They gave you some new Pokemon Snap.
Is that new? Did you know about that before this? Come on, man. Come on, man.
This presentation isn't exclusively new things. It's updates as well.
Man, we'll get updated when it comes out. No, it was good. Snap is looking amazing. Now, they could have done a little, 2-minute trailer. Look at all these games you bought before.
But it was it's about the build-up. They got you so nostalgic, so then you feel even crazier when they drop they're like, hey, this is where we were, now this is where we're going. Yeah, Pat, man, this is like storytelling 101. Come on. You got to set the mood, set the scene, get the vibe just right, take the people on a journey.
I'm almost tired of ports.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am tired of ports.
Yeah, 100%.
And remakes are cool. I don't mind the Diamond and Pearl style, but
it's a goofy style. It's
chibi, it's cute. I mean, if they can like do that style for games like Ruby and Sapphire and things like that, that would be the way to go, honestly.
I'm just like, I'm okay with not having to remake every game that once was. It's okay to just do new stuff.
Yeah. People are saying Animal Crossing in Disney. That would be amazing.
The dream, yeah.
That would be cool.
Animal Crossing and Mercedes, since they had the Mario Kart Mercedes crossover.
Drive burnout on your island. My dream updates are more Nintendo game updates. Like I want them to flex the Switch era in this game. I think it'd be amazing. I'm down. I love ARMS. Don't even talk about ARMS. Let's go right now.
1-2 switch.
I love ARMS.
The guy who milks the cow. Do you ever play that game, 1-2 switch?
Tipper, man.
Yeah.
Tipper's in this game. We can't do that. I've never played 1-2 switch.
Oh, it's definitely a launch game. I mean, I had some fun with it. Like, it wasn't bad. Funny story. So I got the Switch a week early from Nintendo, back when they thought YouTubers not named redacted were cool. But they sent me the Switch a week early, and so they gave me Breath of the Wild. That's all I had. And then the eShop opened a couple days early to get just ready for launch, and so I could get snipper clips. But I found somebody on eBay who managed to snag a copy of 1-2 Switch, and I was traveling, and so I had it sent to my house or my condo in California, and I had to have a friend go into my building, get the package off the doorstep, and overnight it to me where I was. And it was like $120 FedEx for like the express overnight, but I had to get that 1-2 Switch unboxing.
$60 for that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet it's still expensive. I bet I couldn't go on there and get like a $10 deal.
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're swiping in all the you have to swipe in all the
all
Sanrio
6.
cards.
They're all coming to my island.
That's
not like I talked to anybody on my island besides Cranston anyways.
Maybe this will inspire you to start building and making a dream island. That's a no. 180 for that game. Jeez. Let's see. We need some questions, people.
What are ARMS? Appendages that are incredibly useful. No, it's a fighting game on Switch. It was a new IP. It came out in June.
It was great.
2017.
Yeah. Sherry with the 7. Do you think there will be the wedding event again this summer? If not, do you think something else is planned? Divorce event. That's the progressive event. That would actually be really cute if they did. Well, it wouldn't be cute, but like they could make it cute. Like they're in a fight and you got to get them back together or something.
Yeah.
Now I think they advertised it, or they were talking about it as like an anniversary. Was it an actual wedding, or were they celebrating their anniversary?
I think it was their anniversary.
So
I guess they're doing it again. Can we get a vaccination event to educate the people?
A vaccination event. You can't go on the island unless you have a mask. And there we go. Yeah. Vow renewal. All right. Yeah, they celebrated their anniversary. So yeah, it's probably going to be that. I don't really see Tom Nook being a counselor. So, although that's my dream event, honestly.
The divorce event.
Man, I'm excited. Over under, we'll do a grade of 80. How good is Nintendo's town going to be after this? All the Nintendo items, and I'm going to go under. 80,
like 80 out of 100, like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Gosh, I thought you'd give me like 40. I'd say under 40.
Jeez.
Their island is a joke. It's silly, but they should do stuff with Mario. I mean, it's their stuff.
Okay. Right. Tori with the 5. Can we use our Sanrio cards we already have? Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah, I'll pull a Zach here. 100% chance we can use existing ones because they're marketing it as a released for the first time in the US. So yeah, they definitely have to.
Be cool. We'll get them on the 18th.
Yeah. Nikki over in Discord. This is a good question. Maybe people aren't familiar with DLC. How many DLCs do Nintendo games typically have? How many do you foresee being rolled out for Animal Crossing? Well, it depends if you consider the Sanrio one a DLC.
Right.
I guess it's just like accessories that you can buy that have in-game perks. I don't know. But usually, correct me if I'm wrong, but usually games have one DLC, but it's like they've kind of been doing waves. So it's like a 2-part DLC or like a major DLC. So that's how they usually do it, right?
I think the hard thing with Animal Crossing is like, by all accounts, all of these updates are DLC. They're just not paid DLC. It's not like Breath of the Wild was getting monthly updates and then they decided to charge $20 for the Champions DLC. Nintendo typically wasn't doing any DLC, and then they've done some double packs. Pokemon, Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, those all had 2 drops. I think it's very I don't know. I'd say for me, I'm like 75% team no paid DLC and 25% team paid DLC. Even though I'd love to see it happen, I think they could include great stuff. I just feel like they want to keep Animal Crossing clean.
Perfect. Pat, remember this timestamp. 1
Okay,
hour,
yeah, there we go.
8 minutes. I'm going to make a beautiful trailer.
Great montage.
So, yeah, I mean, if there was a DLC, if you're not counting the Amiibo, I think it's going to be one big DLC, maybe a couple waves. I think a $20 DLC for this game. It's a $60 game. You got hundreds, if not thousands of hours. I think people would pay it. No problem. Andrew over in Discord says, will there be expanded farming? Do you think they're going to
Ever?
on that?
Man,
Yeah.
farming came and went. It's been, what, 5 months almost since we got pumpkins? 6 months almost?
Yep.
Jeez.
I mean, the good thing is they have it programmed in the game. It's more or less.
We
like
saw
adding...
many more crops for data mine. And, like, that's what I also think about. Yes, it's possible Nintendo scrap features, but we aren't even through the data mine goodies. We're not through the Brewster stuff. We're not through all the crops. So they have to have more substantial additions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
I agree with you.
We just need to call that guy who leaked the Direct and the Pokemon Presents. He had them both 100%. His name's like Paintbrush or something, or Wipey Brush.
He was 100%?
He leaked both of them. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if
FBI is going to show up at his door.
The Nintendo ninjas have probably already confiscated his entire life. But
who's that? Is that Animal Crossing leaker still doing things or no?
I think they really like tightened up because they were seeing like, oh gosh, everybody's predicting what's happening via the data mine. So I think they really tightened their code. I saw someone did data mine the update on the 25th, and they didn't find anything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Lily says, will there ever be an island expansion? I'm going to say no.
Yeah. No.
I'm going to say no. I mean, I think like adding something to the game like that, that's a lot. Like, how would you even do that?
Your island just grows.
Yeah, it would have to be just like you turn on your game and there you go. You have, I don't know. I don't see it happening, but
multiple people want to know when we're going to Disney together.
Ooh. All right. Ball's in your court, man. I'm down.
Let me get a little vaccination and I'll be ready to go.
Yeah, honestly.
Disney does a great job of keeping people social distance. Their 50th anniversary kicks off in October. So that is when I would want to go. Anytime after 10/1.
I'm down. Yeah, I want my... I've never been to Disney. Zach pretty much lives there. So I don't know if I want my first Disney experience to be hindered by this. And I don't like going outside as it is.
I'll shut up for the first. Oh, you mean the pandemic or by my knowledge?
Pandemic. I'll go with Zach.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I can just let you marvel in it.
Oh no, I need a tour guide.
Man, dude, imagine if there was a normal world. Someone said NookTalk Disney vlog. We could be doing like NookTalk live at PAX, NookTalk from Pat's apartment, NookTalk from wherever.
Yeah.
Stupid COVID.
Then again, I think the pandemic helped your boy out. You know, Zach was already famous. You know, tried to reach out to him numerous times. That's not true. That's not true.
I reached out to you. Let's set the record straight.
That's a big flex. Did Zach DM you? I don't think so. That was amazing.
Only very special people.
Yeah, right. Okay. If you go to the next PAX, yeah, I love PAX. PAX East, whenever that comes back, I'm down. Let's do it.
What are you more excited for? The March Teddy Fresh drop or the March Animal Crossing drop?
Tell me about this drop.
I don't know about it. I'm just saying they've just got so much good stuff.
Yeah. I gotta watch my my Teddy Fresh purchases. It's expensive, man.
It is so expensive. It's
like $90 for a sweatshirt.
You know how like most places are like, oh, spend $45, get free shipping? Their free shipping is $200 for your order. $200. They quickly went from like fun, cute brand to like, oh, we're now like put us on StockX.
Jeez. Man. Oh wait, can we talk? I totally forgot this. In the trailer, I could be 100% wrong with this.
Okay.
But when they're changing the outfits, if you look closely, the hairstyle changes too.
Really?
Is that something that's in the game already, or is that just a goof on their part? That might be a small little update. Well, I gotta watch it again, but I feel like someone told me that and I saw it and
that they changed like into a theme.
In your wand edits. In your wand edits. Watch it back again and
Okay,
report
let's see
to
if
me.
anyone noticed.
Can someone go? Oh, they're wigs. Oh, they're wigs. I didn't even
Okay.
know there was wigs.
Wait, is wigs new for Sanrio?
Was there wigs in this game already? Oh, it's a wig. It's like a hat item, but it
Oh,
looks
that
like
has hair.
Anyway, jeez. Hashtag fake news. Don't believe Pat, man. Believe the guru over here. Anyway, listen, guys. I wear one outfit. I'm not really familiar with Abel's. Okay.
Yeah, it's a special place that deserves an update. Maybe one day.
I don't go in there all too often. Okay. Another serious question, off topic but serious. Zach, do you think Buddy's Pizza is the best pizza? What is that? Buddy's Pizza?
Alfredo's Pizza or Pizza by Alfredo's? I don't know what Buddy's Pizza even is. Am I crazy?
I thought that was maybe like a little inside thing. I don't know.
No, my favorite pizza, my mom's homemade organic gluten-free pizza, number one. And number two, like Blaze is pretty good. Just like make your own, throw some. I double dip on the barbecue and the balsamic, and then just a lot of chicken, not much cheese.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ginny asks, when's that Color Pop video?
Man,
What the heck happened with that?
There's been too many other videos. I can only make, so many a day. Today I put out 4 freaking videos. It'll be out within a...
Don't promise things. I want to see it.
It should go up Saturday, but Saturday is my March AC video, so it's probably going to be like, I don't know, it'll probably be like a Tuesday or Wednesday thing next week.
Maybe get a little weird by yourself, put up an Instagram selfie, something.
All right, yeah, we'll do it.
Something.
I'll get it going. I'm ready for it.
Let's see. More questions about, do you think we'll ever get more villagers on your island? I don't think so. I think like the base game is pretty set in stone. I think items, villagers, I think we're going to get
Brewsters.
I mean, think of New Leaf, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Color Pop video should be a priority.
It is a priority. It's just, there's so much.
Let's see.
If they would stop with these stinking trailers, like stop announcing Sanrio, stop putting warp pipes in.
All right, let's read this one. Chris in Discord says, how much people have been worried about how much content will be added in year 2. Assuming there's a roadmap of what they're adding and when, what would you want Nintendo to just let us know what to look forward to? The community does seem to have a lot of fun speculating. And now that we've been through almost a full year, how do you feel about Nintendo choosing to slowly update the game over 2 or 3 years instead of making everything available on day one? We talked a little bit about that part.
Yeah.
The first part, should Nintendo have a Animal Crossing Direct? I don't think that's necessarily their...
I guess, would you rather get these monthly trailers, or would you rather get like a big chunker for, half the year?
Yeah.
I'd rather the frequency. I think that's fun. I think it's fun to look forward to, that we basically are almost guaranteed a monthly trailer.
Yeah. I like the frequency too. I mean, I think year 2 is more fun for me, at least, because we kind of knew what they were adding before. So like year 2 is like, what are they doing now? And
Should be good.
So I like the way that they're doing. Good. Silent Day says, what's your favorite cereal and what's the absolute worst cereal?
God.
Oh God. Zach's gonna have like bran flakes.
I don't know. Like, I don't really eat cereal anymore, so like I haven't for ages. I really liked there was like this off-brand Cocoa Puffs called Cocoa Bumpers. They were like the healthy version. Those were great.
Cocoa Bumpers.
Made the milk taste good. Rice milk at the time.
I'm a big Honey Nut Cheerios fan. I think those are pretty good. Yeah. And if I'm feeling saucy, I might, eat some Lucky Charms. Why not? It's in my heritage, guys. I'm the Irish guy. Raisin Bran? I thought. Let's see.
For as many times as people ask me about the Get Ready With Me, where's the cooking video? You promised it on Instagram all the time.
True. That's true. I don't know, man.
You cook all glam. Yeah.
It'll be a premiere too. So
Ooh.
if you want to watch it,
You got to use your Italian
let's see.
voice.
Hello. Okay. No, I'm not even gonna.
The recipe
JD
is ready for you to cook. Check
talk
the
of my
description
hands.
down below.
Ooh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a good one too. JD asks, what villager or NPC should be in Smash? Don't even say Brewster. Realistically, whoever's in there right now. I don't think we're gonna get another one.
In
But...
Smash? No, but it would be hella cool.
What time do the cards drop? I'm assuming you can just go in the morning with Target. I will say something about Target. Let's drag Target a little bit, all right?
Ooh, okay.
Because I'm not over the fact that you remember when Super Mario Maker 2 came out and the Target bonus was a tin lunchbox?
No.
No.
Did you really want this?
I wanted it so bad. Okay,
Okay.
so I went there, and already I don't want to ask about this. This is a weird question to ask. Like, hey guys, you have the tin lunchboxes?
Right.
They didn't have them, all right, and I still have to buy the game. I'm there, so I didn't get the pre-order bonus.
Sorry.
That's why I went to Target. So,
Should have wrote them a kindly worded email.
dear Target, do you know who I am? No, we don't.
Target's always done me right. I'm currently in a months-long debacle with eBay, so I'll direct my shade towards the electronic bay.
Oh God.
An item didn't show up, and they still haven't refunded me. And this wasn't, you know, it wasn't a sock. It took a few bells, and it just didn't.
You want to say what it was or no?
It was a Kevin Durant rookie card.
Whoa!
Box showed up empty, and eBay won't give me my money back.
I watched The Last Dance. I think I told you
Great
that.
show, yeah.
I ordered a 90. It was from the 90s. It was a Chicago Bulls like fleece jacket.
Fun.
All over. It's dope. It's a little baggy though. I'm not used to it, but
You gotta beef up, man.
yeah.
Take it from me.
I am not a Karen. Let's not even start that. I'm a very respectable. I didn't go, Karen on him. I just said
I'm 100%
sure?
that, but I'm like the good version. I'm not like it's a mixed messaging. The idea of a Karen is, I understand, but like I'm absolutely the person that's like, hi, I missed my flight, but I've been a Delta Sky Miles Gold member for the last 6 years, and I fly with you exclusively, and I trust your company to transport me across the country. So can we please get can you please void the fees for me? I'd really appreciate it. Sincerely. Look, kill him with kindness, but ask for what you want.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily Karen. It's like, bro, I want to fly. You're just being you know what you're worth. You know your worth.
Yeah.
That's not Karen. It's not Karen.
Like Drake says, know yourself, know your worth.
Sachi says, who are your top 2 favorite Sanrio villagers? I don't think I know this.
Marty and Etoile.
I just wanted Zach to
Etoile.
say that. Yeah, I would agree. Is it Chai? Is that one?
Chai's good, yeah. Chelsea's terrifying and Rilla's gross, but other than that, they're all pretty good.
I love Dragon Rilla, man. She's so bad. She's so bad. I'm gonna be the one. We're gonna be the one who says it.
Chelsea reminds me.
Chelsea's pretty creepy too.
I'm gonna say this carefully. Chelsea reminds me of like.
Uh-oh.
You know when girls try to just go crazy colorful with their makeup, and you're like, it's just not
They
working.
do too much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Yeah. Okay. Girls out there, throw away all your makeup right now. This is the advice I'm giving you. Just go all natural. Yeah, that's one thing I'm fortunate of. I can just wake up, roll out of bed, no makeup routine. I'm assuming it takes. How long does it take, girls? 40 minutes. 40 minutes to an hour. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, I've heard people say the best part about the pandemic is they don't have to do makeup.
Is the what?
That they don't have to do makeup. The best part of the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Save all that time. You don't get to use it to go anywhere, but you save the time.
5 minutes.
Dang. It's just like lipstick and go.
That's a quick thing, man. That's why I wear a hat, man. I don't like all the gel and stuff. Zach pulls it off great. I like it.
Thanks, man.
Let's see. You're unsubscribed. Stop it. Okay. I think that might be it.
There's a lot of passion about the makeup. Really, I guess I really should get on this Color Pop video.
Maybe we should talk about. This is gonna be Glamcast for the last. Let's see. You're digging a deep hole. I don't know how long makeup takes. I don't know.
What is the hole you're digging? The time frame or telling people to throw away their makeup? Oh, yeah, okay. It's 2021, Pat. Be careful. I should get a perm. What?
I know there's an art to it. We just said that there's an art to makeup. If you're good at makeup, do it, man. Like, there's some, or you can look like Chelsea the deer, I guess. I guess that's a thing. Anyway, we should probably stop. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. Let's get out of this hole, Zach.
Climb out of this hole. But you can land in a hole if you use my warp pipe trick. So go check out that video. Enjoy that. And we will be back. Well, the Mario items are coming on Sunday evening. So that's super exciting. Yeah.
They're coming out. Warp pipes are going to be super cool. We got all the outfits and mushrooms and things like that. So, yeah. Check out Zach's video. He goes all through the warp pipe goodness. And I actually watched it before the show. And there's one thing. Well, there's two things that I didn't know you could do.
Gotcha.
So go check it out.
Thanks, man.
Anyway,
we love you.
We will see you in another episode. Probably, you know what? We'll probably do again next week because we want to tell our opinions about the Mario stuff. But yeah. Anyway,
sounds good.
We'll see you next week. Have a good time. Eat some soup.